Hello, hello, all my Facebook friends. It's Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, your journey partner in business. You can find me at naturalintuition.com. And this is day 5 of 45 live. And if you're watching live, go ahead and hit that hashtag live button to let me know that you're with me. I'm super grateful for all those of you who have been taking the journey with me. If you're watching on hashtag replay, by the way, sending out lots of love to my replay crew who are journeying with me over these 45 days of greatest gifts and insights from my workday. And I'm happy to get to welcome you into my world and into my mind and my heart as always. And I just want to give a special shout out, and I think I'll tag her, Wanda, sending Wanda a tag. Special shout out to Wanda Tarini. Thank you for challenging me to do these 45 go lives. I've never really done this on my personal Facebook page, so it's been interesting getting to share that with you and hearing everyone's stories, just connecting and reconnecting with people who I haven't talked to in forever. But anyway, I want to get to what my greatest gift from today was, and I think the best way that I could sum it up in particular is what Cow taught me today about being a human being instead of a human doing. And we've been talking about this over the last few lives about working smarter versus working harder. And that is like a constant source of intrigue and interest for me, a constant source of research as well, because what I do is I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs create a stress-free business and lifestyle so that they can get out there and stay in the game, serving people and making massive impact, rather than working themselves to death or into those multiple burnouts trying to pursue their purpose and passion. It doesn't have to be that way. You can actually enjoy the journey. You can enjoy the journey to rapid financial ascension, massive impact. I've seen it over and over and over again, and I'm probably going to be talking about that a lot throughout these 45 lives of us together. So with that being said, though, I want to, this is really profound, and let me see if I can tag her too. Marilyn Hill, tagging you, goddess. I love you, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm also going to let me tag Jennifer. How do I say Jennifer? Can I do that? Jennifer Gerhard, tagging her as well. So Marilyn Hill introduced me to this concept of cow as an archetype or an image, and she got that from her coach, which was really powerful. And for me, I am on a shamanic path in life, so whenever talk about nature or animals and things like that, I'm like, ooh, we're talking about shamanic wisdom here, right? And so I'm really excited to get to share back with you, because Marilyn and I were vibing, we're reading books together, and she's just friggin' amazing. Oh my gosh, I dropped my ring on the floor. Hashtag lost 30 pounds problems of just rings falling off. Try and put it on a fatter finger here. There you go. So that's happening, number one, celebrating melting and emerging out of this body, but also celebrating Marilyn's wisdom, because I was sharing with her my journey with Jennifer, who's helping me as my integrator, and all of the mindset exploding stuff that happens going from being an entrepreneur and the entrepreneur mindset of I am the chief cook and bottle washer of this establishment. I do it all. I got a hand in everything. And I'm the operator that like is in front of the switchboard, making sure that everyone is able to stay connected and organized and blah, 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 blah. Going from that identity as an entrepreneur to the CEO, founder, and visionary, where I have like, I don't put my hands in that anymore. I don't put my hands in that anymore. Oh my gosh. I let my people do their jobs. All the 30 friggin' people that are helping me, I let them do their job without me like, well, what about la la la? Yeah. And so Jennifer is being awesome and helping me do that. And Marilyn, as just another sister goddess in business, and a dear friend of mine, as we're journeying together, processing our own stuff, she said her coach gave her an image that really helped her to understand this process. And I'm going to share it with you. And it's of the cow. So, who are you in your business, Victoria? Are you the farmer? Are you the people working out on the fields? Are you a tractor driver? Or are you the cow? Like, if your business was a dairy farm, who are you being? And Marilyn said her coach illustrated to her that you want to aim to be the dairy cow. Yeah, not to be the one working the fields and getting the hay and all of this. Just like, no, you got to be the cow because it's a dairy farm. If you're not like releasing your milk, if you're not being milk, none of us are in business. And so, like, she says, it sounds to me like Jennifer is more of like your, milkmaid or dairy farmer who, comes and gets all of the processes and systems out of you, right? So that you can then go and like roam the pasture and sit in the sunlight and eat grass and come back and make some more milk and all the types of things. So that's like just knowing my role is cow spirit energy. And I'm so grateful for that. Marilyn, I love you. You know that. We were just telling each other that earlier today. By the way, celebrating that I told most everybody that I worked with today, because I'm putting that in quotes, like this is so different than work, right? Told most everybody today, I love you. Right, and it was reciprocated. It's amazing just to work with a bunch of people, network with people that you love and who love you. It's beautiful. Even the goddess card that I pulled during meditation class today was, can you see this? It says undying love. Undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So, regardless of the fact that we're networking or we're like businesses working together or I'm your client or you're my client, etc. Like there's the love that we share is strong and powerful. So I'm celebrating that. And that clarity around cows' role at the dairy farm has really helped me to understand, like I really could. It's so tough, and I think about, I'm going to tag you too, Brianna Kavanaugh. It's so crazy to think of who I am being and my self-identity in this work and in this business. And this is something that, by the way, I'm in the middle of like a cobbler's shoes kind of thing, where I do this for my clients all day, every day. This like deep identity work and organizing and clarifying and communication and energy clearing, all types of stuff. I do that for my clients all day, every day, and have for over a decade now. It's interesting to be on this journey myself at another level, and having Jennifer and the reincarnation of my team that she's creating, that we're co-creating rather, bring it out new and fresh for me. So I'm really starting to get into the role of being cow, then not. right, than running around and doing everything. As a cow, running around pushing the tractor and like harvesting the grains and running and fixing the meal at the end of the day and opening up shop and closing it down. Like, what are you doing? Cow, get in your stall, relax, or go roam and sit with butterflies. Why are you trying to be the farmer or everybody else? And obviously I'm just posting this and sharing this live because this is all about me. You obviously don't have any of the same problems. By the way, if you don't, wink, if you don't, go ahead and put hashtag live so I know who's not with me on this journey, wink. And if you're watching on the hashtag replay, put hashtag replay so that you can also just let me know. I have no idea what you're talking about, Victoria. You know, the whole like, trying to be everything to everyone. I don't know anything about that. You obviously are the only person who has this problem on the face of the planet. I'm praying for you. You need prayer, sis. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and put that hashtag so I know who's with me. Hashtag live or hashtag replay. I love you too, Brianna. Oh my gosh. Brianna, what the heck? I was just talking about how grateful I am that I've had a day of telling everyone I love you and them telling me I love you. And I pulled a goddess card that says undying love. The love you've shared is eternal regardless of the situation. Like, it's the goddess Iseult, by the way. What the heck? You are a manifestation of love. And you always have been. Love you! Yay! Amazing. No coincidences. Isn't this fabulous? So, renewed appreciation for cow. And I also checked out cow as a spirit animal. And cow is like, oh my gosh, the embodiment of the goddess of nourishment, of it's one of the holiest of holies across multiple continents and multiple like belief systems and races, and across the ages. Cow is so incredibly sacred. And I want to particularly read a selection that stuck out to me because I've been, right, Goddess Hathor, Egyptian goddess of fertility, mother goddess, right? Such a powerful, powerful symbol, and beautiful, loving, gentle, compassionate animal. I mean, isn't there like cow therapy where you can like go and pay to like take a nap with a cow? Oh, so fabulous. But dairy cow in particular has been coming up for me. So according to spiritanimals.com, this is what is the write-up over there on dairy cow. When cow is a dairy cow, such as a Holstein, Jersey, or Guernsey, I hope I'm saying that right, then the message is a reminder that you have all of the tools to sustain yourself through this period you currently find yourself. Similar to the seagull, by carefully managing your resources and sharing what you can, you will enrich the lives of yourself and others. Thus, the cow symbolism reminds you that giving without expectation of receiving is an essential lesson for you right now. This is amazing. So it reminds me of, I'm going to tag Georgie. So this reminds me of, how do I tag someone now that, what am I, all tagged out? Facebook? Right. So anyway, this reminds me when I was talking to Georgie last night, he said, I was watching your lives. I'm getting so much from them. And it's like you're talking to yourself, but to somebody. And I love it. And it's good the whole time, even though it's like a half hour or longer a day. How do you do that? I'm like, I love you. And this, just like with cow right here, giving without expectation of receiving is an essential lesson for me right now. As well as when I share what I can, I enrich the lives of I enrich my own life but also the lives of others. And I've been seeing so many people popping up in the comments on these 45 lives and like receiving so many insights too. So it's wonderful to get to be together on this journey. And so another thing that Cal has taught me about being a human being rather than a human doing is also that bit about I have everything I need to get through this transitional point that I'm in right now. Rather than trying to go on to the new, the now, the next, the new, the now, the next, like trying to trying to test everything or get better at everything left and right. Instead, I have everything that I need. And I really do. And Jennifer, I want to shout you out especially for helping me to see that I really do have absolutely everything that I need. Right now, it's just putting it all in the right order, right? And having someone to help organize me so that I can get it all in the right order. Another greatest gift that I received today, I started reading this book that Myron Golden, who is also amazing, anything he says is incredible. Like I run and grab a pen and pad whenever he starts talking. Anywhere, anything he does is amazing. But he recommended this book, U Squared. So it's YOU 2. You could put that in Amazon. And I started reading through it, and this was the quote that stuck out to me today from my reading. So, you must do something new. The tendency when you stall out or begin to level off in your performance is to go back to the basics and do what you do best. But doing what you do best can be the worst thing you could do. It really doesn't matter how well you can do something if it's the wrong thing to do. That, like, I highlighted. You see, in the pink? Total highlighter moment. Because moving from that image of being the cow that's trying to run the entire dairy farm versus just being the cow who is the reason for the whole dairy farm and allowing the farmer or the milkmaid or whatever to come in and harvest the milk, allowing the time and the space to rest and to generate and to the milk and to eat and to be the face of the dairy farm and all that types of things. I could work harder as the cow of my business, trying to move this, that, and the other thing forward, being loyal to a fault. I'm putting all of this on me. Please know that I'm doing this so that I can be a mirror for those conscious entrepreneurs who are watching right now who do the same thing. Like if you're nodding as I'm describing my whole situation, we probably need to talk because I'm on this journey now for myself and have been helping people with it for over a decade now in my business. But anyway, like rather than being the cow that's trying to run the farm, why can't I just be the dairy cow? Sit in my role and understand that I have everything I need. I have everything I need and receive it. Just receive it. And I'm so grateful for that as a way of being. By the way, if you're watching live, put hashtag live so I know who's with me. Or if you're watching on the replay, put hashtag replay so I know who's journeying with me during these 45 days of going live. And understanding that if it's not working, me trying to be the chief cook and bottle washer of everything, like the CEO being the chief everything officer, how can I just stop? Is this the chapter that said that? He was like, just literally, if things you're doing have quit working, stop doing them. Focus on what works. I love it. He's just like, just stop. Just stop. If you'll just quit what you've been doing instead of doggedly doing it harder, you'll at least create an opportunity or some white space to do something else. right? Quantum leaps come when you seek the elegant solution. So rather than, I'm loyal to a fault. If you're anything like me, you're also loyal to a fault. Where, if you set a system or something worked in the past, if I set a system or something worked in the past, I'm going to ensure that that is then automated and continues perpetually. Whereas working with an integrator now is amazing because she's my integrator and my operations assistant working with her. And then on top of that, my client care coordinator, all three of them working together, they're going in and assessing the systems that I set up. And they're like, oh, this isn't working. How about you go do this? And what about this? This over here is actually working really well, but like this over here is taking up so much time. The power of tracking is incredible. I mean, that I would have to say is another greatest gift that I've received from my workday today, is being supported deeply, and that mindset shift of going from the cow that's trying to run the farm, the cow that's trying to run the dairy farm, to the cow that's just at a dairy farm. Yeah, it makes it so much easier. In U Squared, Price Pritchett explains this concept of the fly, where he was sitting watching a fly buzzing with all its might, trying to fly through the window. Whereas just 2 feet to the left, there's an open door where it could just with ease just gone out the front door and gone to freedom. But it kept its course, loyal to a fault. And I'm like, oh, that's me. That is so me. Or I'm shedding. I am in the releasing process. Thank God, thank Goddess, thank everybody, thank you. Thank you, team. I'm in the process of shedding, doing what's not working anymore. And my greatest gift around that today on my own personal journey in business is that mindset shift of who am I being? Am I a human being or a human doing? And how I can really conceptualize that is not with anything human, but in fact with cow. So I'm sending you lots of utterly fabulous cow energy for healing and nourishment, for abundance in your day today. I'm going to head out to a final meeting in a little bit, but I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And I want to turn it over to you now. By the way, if you're watching live, put #live so I know who's with me on the journey. I see Brianna's here. If you're watching on the replay, put #replay so I get to love you up and know that you're with me on this journey. But I want to hear from you. Who are you being? Or are you just a human doing, right? Like a machine, as we spoke the other day in one of the previous lives. Are you a human doing or a human being in your business? Are you being the cow that's trying to run the dairy farm by herself and milk herself and deliver the bottles and everything on your own? Or are you at that point where you have fully supported, you are feeling fully supported, where just like a cow at a dairy farm, you are let out, you are milked, you are washed and cleaned, you're allowed to roam free in the pasture and relax, right? So that you can have a wonderful udder full of milk, so that the very next day, rinse and repeat. By the way, yeah, Brianna, now that I have an integrator, I'm a lot more in being. Right there with you, sister. Like I'm entering into that. And so if you'd be open, Brianna, like could you share with the tribe How did you transition? Because did you always have an integrator in your business? Was it always easy to just be rather than do all the time? Like how did you make the transition? Where'd you come from? And how did you make it here? Because I'm in the midst. I'm in the midst of this transition too. I'd be interested to see it. 8 weeks of pleasure, right on. Such a powerful transition. Such a powerful transition. I love it. I love it. It's so innovative. So with that, I think I'm going to tie a lovely bow on our time together today with the same mantra that I say at the end of every live, and it is this: please remember to enjoy the journey. Do not lose your glow as you grow in life and business. And I'll see you tomorrow. Big love. Looking forward to everyone's shares below. Moo.